Back to the Into Power project. The project developed the past years a few tools to boost your international future. The three things are very important: enabling transnational collaborations, discovering entries in new markets, and organizing B2B matchmaking events. Sarah Niddrie-Webb, project consultant of Opergy Into Power UK, will explain us how these three tools have been developed. Now, the cluster organizations have done a mapping exercise in the North Sea region and made a kind of catalogue of the competences in this region. The overview also shows missing links, of course, and opportunities. And secondly, the past years Into Power also organized, as we have already told, different events in several countries which led to transnational collaborations. After Sarah's introduction, we listened to three testimonials of people who have experienced these tools. Testimonials of Christopher Grock, Janetrix and Alain Knol. Enjoy these speeches.
Good morning, everybody. I hope my slides can be shown. Here we go. So thank you very much for the excellent introduction, and it's given a brilliant background to the Into Power project and the core aspirations. My name is Sarah Niddrie-Webb. I'm a project consultant for Opergy. We've led a core element of the Into Power project across the North Sea region. So I'll be introducing some of the aspects of that programme and the internationalisation initiatives that we have created to support companies grow across Europe in the offshore wind supply chain. A quick introduction first to Opergy. We are a multidisciplinary consulting group specialising in energy, clean technology, digital creative and education and skills sectors. Our services are in four main areas: strategy and research, finance and innovation, investment, innovation and growth, and workspace solutions. So along with the other UK partners, Kent County Council, we have a close understanding of the UK offshore wind market. So with Kent, we have been well placed in Into Power to advise and support companies joining the growing in the supply chain. As we had heard in the introduction, Into Power is a collaboration of 11 partners that are clustered in 5 regions of hotspots for offshore wind around the North Sea region. The core aspiration of the project is to help companies to grow and internationalise in offshore wind supply chain. Our network covering Denmark, Northwest Germany, the Netherlands, the Flanders region of Belgium and the east and southeast of England covers these hotspots and 5 growth areas for offshore wind in Europe. So here we are well placed and connected with the supply chain with partners based in all of these regions to support companies to grow and internationalise in this supply chain. Although this is the Into Power final event, and the project's been running for about 4.5 years now, we are currently in an extension period which has been granted due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So actually the support that's discussed today is still available until the end of October of this year. So we'd encourage you to engage with project partners and not to miss out on support still available to help your development in offshore wind across Europe. So the core aspiration, as we've introduced, is to connect offshore wind supply chains across the North Sea region and to support companies to create collaborative relationships across international borders. There's 3 key initiatives that Into Power has set out to address this aspiration. Firstly, we've created an interactive online tool that maps 2,500 companies active in the offshore wind supply chain. The interactive features on this platform allow you to register and create a profile and search the supply chain for companies that you're interested to collaborate with. Secondly, through direct engagement with the project partners, companies have been able to explore their growth aspirations and collaboration requirements, and have been match made with other companies relevant in the supply chain in order to build relationships. And thirdly, we have organised a series of focused B2B events for the offshore wind supply chain, attracting an audience and attendees from across Europe, and providing an excellent forum for companies to get together and meet for the first time, or sometimes to follow up after a meeting before. First, I'll elaborate quickly on the offshore wind supply chain directory, available now online. You can visit the directory at interpower.eu/mapping. So this maps, as I said, 2,500 companies presently, and all companies are classified against a series, a consistent classification system across all supply chains of Europe. So when you register, you can place your company and list your role and your core competencies, which are divided into subcategories to help you navigate the system. So this helps you to describe your own company and also to search for particular companies of competencies that you are seeking to collaborate with. You can also use this site to explore upcoming events and to identify innovation challenges which have been posed by developers and operators as areas that need and require innovation and research in the supply chain. You can list your competencies against these and offer a solution that can then be posed back to those companies looking for that solution. Secondly, our B2B events. So this is a snapshot of some of the events that we have hosted so far in the programme. These have been face-to-face and more recently have been virtual or a hybrid of face-to-face and virtual events. We've had 20 events so far in the Interpower project that have attracted over 1,200 attendees. And at these events, we've facilitated over 2,000 one-to-one events between supply chain companies. And finally, with support from direct engagement with the Interpower partners, we've worked with companies to identify opportunities in different European supply chains, to find and build relationships and collaboration partners, and to accelerate growth across the North Sea region. Companies have engaged with us and undertaken a detailed interview process to understand your product services offering, as well as your growth aspirations and partnership requirements. Then partners have been able to matchmake and broker one-to-one introductions. So we've supported over 60 companies in this way to make real partnership connections and collaborations across Europe. Finally, just a look at our key headline impacts to date from the programme. We've mapped over 2,500 companies and have supported those over 60 companies to grow. I think now we are ready for some testimonials from our companies joining us from the UK, the Netherlands and Germany. I think first we'll hand over to Janetrix at TECOSIM.
Hello, good morning. I'm Janetrix and I'm the commercial lead for a company called TECOSIM Simulation. We're based in the UK with the head office in Essex, but we have our main companies in Germany, and we have offices in Romania, Japan, India and America now. For the last 15 years, we've worked predominantly in the automotive and aerospace industries, and what we do is we use numerical calculations to design, develop and test virtual products without the need for building actual prototypes. So, for example, if we work with Ford Motor Company, instead of having to crash test vehicles, what we can do is simulate how the vehicle would be, and we can do all the simulations and explain that the vehicles, how they're going to suffer under a crash test. And it saves an awful lot of money because it means they don't have to actually build a product. We can do everything virtually. One of our most exciting products, in fact, was we designed and built the Olympic torch in 2012, which shows really how very versatile the innovations that we have. So we decided that really we didn't want to keep all our eggs in the one basket of automotive. We wanted to branch out into different sectors. And we felt that the energy sector was one of the best areas for us because of our location. We're in the southeast of England, in East Anglia, and we've got all the offshore winds along that coast. So what we did was we didn't really know how to start, being new into the industry. We weren't sure where to begin. So we commissioned a report with a company called Nautilus, who are now Opergy, and they did a wonderful market report and helped us to decide how we should get into the offshore industry. And through that, we met Into Power, we met Sarah. And since then, we've continued our journey into the renewable sector. Into Power helped us with lots of B2B meetings. We've been in Copenhagen, we've done various meetings around the UK. And as a result of these networking events, we've now built up quite a good profile, and we've made some really helpful contacts to help us get more further into the industry. So basically, we were unknown before then. And since for the last year and a half, we've done really well. We've been participating and chosen to get into two very prestigious programs. One's called Fit for Renewables, and the other is a West program, which is to help companies like ourselves transfer our knowledge and sector experience into the energy sector. We're now working very closely and collaborating with our TECOSIM German colleagues who work on a lot of exciting projects. They've been looking at rotary blades, and we've been looking at blade erosion. And we've also used our CFD to look at airflow and wave flow on the turbine floor. So we're really excited about what the future will hold. And we're so grateful to Sarah and her colleagues at Into Power and Jonathan from Opergy for all the advice and support they've given us over the last 2 years. So thank you to them.
Thank you, Janet. I think next on in the lineup is Alain Knol from Hijsspecialist in the Netherlands.
Offshore wind days in Belgium. Our role in the offshore industry is a little bit for the inspection and delivery of the height safety equipment, lifting equipment, and in combination with NNOW, we are based nearby the Eemshaven in Groningen, and since the seaports in Groningen are becoming to be a key player for the offshore related projects in the wind industry, we were trying to see if we can be of any good, a reliable partner for the customers who use the offshore port Eemshaven as their base to run their project. So basically, we started off from zero. Of course, the business was there for many years, but new in the offshore and in the wind business. So that's why we joined the NNOA and get the cooperation with them to see what are the opportunities in this specific market. We did some B2B in Bremerhaven, in Copenhagen, also in Groningen. And for our goal was to be a reliable partner for our customers. First was Mercure. Mercure was the first offshore park which we were involved as the Hijsspecialist. And it was a park did by GE. And afterwards, we received the Best Quality Supplier Award from GE. At that moment, we didn't understand what this particular reward means. Afterwards, we received in the market that it's a huge milestone when you receive such an award. So that's why we would like to be a reliable partner for the inspections and delivery of height safety equipment, lifting equipment, and also HMPE products. And yeah, that's basically how we roll into the offshore wind industry. At the moment, we are delivering goods to the new DEME project Saint-Nazaire. We are busy with Hornsea 2, so it brings us a lot as a company, and we are still on the move, and we want to help the customers to fulfill their job, and that they are not in any kind of worry about their assets, equipment for the inspections, and so they can do basically their job.
Thank you very much, Alain. And I think last but not least, I think we have Christopher Grock ready to speak from Windmanschip in Germany.
Oh, okay, I'm on. Can you hear me? Because ironically today there are people fixing the internet cable outside. Can everyone hear? Okay, I can't hear anything. Yeah, you can hear me perfect. Okay, thank you, great. So hi, I'm Chris. My primary function is business development and data analytics implementation out of the Netherlands. Relevant to this particular discussion, I run the analytics campaign for a leading EU wind farm operator, operating vessel performance across 6 operational wind farms. And through this, I've got a network and a knowledge of the labyrinth, let's say, the client's organization. And it is exactly this organizational labyrinth that's the key challenge across all industries, I think, for technology deployment, namely, who are the correct people to speak to and how to reach them? What are their needs and drivers, both personally and organizationally? And what is their process of organizational acceptance? And this is, I think, where Interpower come in. What's been painstakingly organized as a platform that incentivizes open, intimate discussion, facilitating exchange of ideas and lessons learned. And I think that working platforms are more important now than ever because they tackle full-on the issue currently, which is that the human feeling of detachment is further amplified during these corona times. From our side, then, the key benefit experienced in Interpower is that it has planted the seeds of potential collaboration, transnational collaboration between a utility company and a technology provider, whereby detailed discussions with Ocean Grazer, which is a company in the Netherlands that have a pioneering battery storage technology, have been granted audience by respective utility officials with the aim of demonstrating a workable prototype, the final stages of which are scheduled for completion at the end of this month, actually, in Eemshaven. And it is highly doubtful whether without Interpower at all been possible.
Thank you very much, Chris, and thank you as well again to Janet and Alain for your kind testimonials. Just to finish up and hand you back to the main host for this morning's events. If you've heard anything here that's interesting or you'd like to know more about the opportunities in the UK or further opportunities in Belgium, Denmark, Germany and the Northern Netherlands, then please get in touch with the Interpower partners on the booths in the virtual fair. You can find us by looking for the side programme or for the companies tab, and then search for and click on the market exploration for the particular country that you're seeking to engage with. By all means, you're very welcome to look and explore the company directory online. And remember that as well, the support through Interpower is available until the 30th of October 2021. So please come and find out more from the partners involved in the sessions today.